Today, my dad and I have a couple of things that we need to go and pick up from an auction that we won some things from over the weekend. So we're going to drive up to the auction house, do our pickup, and then we will come home and show a haul of everything that we got. Dad picked up more items than I did, and he has most of his in the car. I think he got some collectibles, cars, records, and maybe also some glassware as well. So Dad's got some jewelry lots that he picked up, and then glassware and things like some collectible cars.
James Bond car, but I can't. 007 Lotus Esprit. Gorgie Juniors. It sells for around $20.
And how much did you pay for it?
$2.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I paid $5 total. And that's probably a $10 car. That's fine. That's $5. And these are probably all $3 to $10 each. I don't know what that is.
Pretty good.
Yeah, $30, $40 worth of cars.
For $5?
For $5. Tiger's eye ring.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's sterling. That's a 925 and I can't see it. Oh,
925? That's a cool piece.
That's worth no. $9. That ring's worth way more than $9.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's worth 40 or 50.
These are all of the lots that I won right here. There was a lot of glass pieces, but I got this brass piece as a lot, some picture frames. There are more picture frames and some other pieces in here that I'm going to show you. A little bit of mason jars and old glassware, some really cute crocks, and then some bigger brown glass jugs and kitchen utensil pieces. My purchase total was $64.40. It's a little bit more than I like to pay for the amount of things that I got, but when you break it down into the amount of money that I can ask for some of these pieces that I've picked up, it's definitely worth what I paid. I got this little set of matching frames. I think there's 6 of them. They're not anything super fancy, but I've got some small art pieces that I can put in these. This was a box I was really excited about because it has some actual paintings in it.
That's an actual painting?
It's an actual painting.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I bid on that once.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Like, kind of an Asian.
We're bidding against each other.
I think it's kind of like an Asian style, just a little bit, but I love it, and the frame is really nice. So I picked this one up. I don't remember what I paid for it. Honestly, I don't think I paid all that much for it. Here's another painting. I was really excited for this one. I thought that one was beautiful. The rest of the box is just frames, but I really like the details on all of them. And I think I can find small pieces of artwork to go into them and load those into the booth as well. Either way, I didn't think I was going to lose out on this one. It had some beautiful frames in it, and I wanted it for the paintings in it. I did pay $10 for this lot, which was my most expensive lot, but I think for real paintings and all of those frames, you can't really complain. I paid $8 for this lot of 4 pieces. So there's these huge pieces. This one is like a gigantic jar with a zinc lid on it. I really like this bubble top apothecary style jar. That was my favorite out of the set. There was this also very interesting, probably liquor one. I also got all of these smaller glass bottles that are brown bottles. So then we have like an apple bottle jar, one of the old Clorox bottles, some brewing bottles, syrup. This one, I think it also had syrup in here that says Mount Rushmore on it. And this one that says First American Flag with a Betsy Ross on the other side of it. I thought this wall hanging utensil piece was really cool and would fit really well into a cottage style theme. It is a little bit dark in color, but I think when I mix it in with everything, it will work really well. I also like these older glass jars. I think they're really fun for displaying things in. So those will go into the booth. And I couldn't pass up this little set of Crocs. I think I'm gonna put these 4 into the booth and hold on to this one for myself. Out of the $64 that I spent, I did get 33 items in total. So it ends up being around $2 per item, which isn't bad when you're buying at an auction or sourcing for an antique booth. What I want to do now is clean up all of these pieces, go ahead and get some price tags in them and get them ready for the booth, and give you an overall total for how much I think I can get retail out of this for the $64 that I spent. Of course, we'll have to take into consideration that I am keeping 2 of the pieces, but I will factor that into our final total number just so we can get a rough estimate of value. Some of these items I'm not going to be putting in the booth anytime soon, like the brown glass jars. I will probably save for fall in the booth. You're not necessarily supposed to hold on to things that long. However, I thought these were a good deal, and I think putting them in the booth for fall is the best bet. There's also a couple other pieces that I'm not gonna get ready right now, including the things that I'm planning on keeping. So I'm gonna go ahead, write down all the prices for those, get them off the table, and then we will just work with the things I am going to immediately take to the booth. So for my small crock that I'm gonna keep, I would probably put this at around, I don't know, maybe like $8 for this. So that's $8. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side. And then for my painting that I'm going to keep, I would say that I would price this around $35. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that with my jar and we will add that up. Since these are gonna go into my fall booth, I am gonna go ahead and add up what I think I might price them at and then write them down. So for something like this big gallon jug, I would probably put that at $18 or $20. Same with this beautiful piece with the vintage zinc lid on it, probably $20, if not a little bit more. This frame, I would probably price around $8. Then there's some of these bigger glass jar pieces, which I would probably put at like maybe 20 for this one, 16, maybe like 10 to 12 for this one, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna go ahead and research and price these, and then I will write those down as well. This whole lot done. Now we can go ahead and clean and price the things I am planning on taking to the booth immediately, including these crocks, jars, frames, and the brass planter. So I've got all of my tagging stuff here. I've also got my cleaner and a cloth, and we're just going to work through this. One thing that I like to do when I have empty frames is to put something in them to attract the buyer to them. So I price them for just the frame themselves, but I will go ahead and add something to the frame for display. One thing that I like using are old books or sheet music. I will find different art books or guides like these that have a lot of beautiful illustrations in them. I will pick out a few, add them into the frame, so someone can picture how their artwork might look in that frame, or they might even like the artwork I put in it enough to just leave it in there. No, really. What are you chirping at? What are you chirping at? Now I'm going to do the same thing with these simple frames, but instead I'm going to use this insects book. I was able to get everything cleaned and priced, so let's talk about what I might make sales-wise from all of these items plus the items that I set aside for fall. Now in total, I paid the $64.40 from the auction to pick up all of these 33 items. Out of those items, most of them are going to be priced around like the $10 or $12 price point. And some of them aren't, so like these frames will be around the $4 price point. In total, if I sell all of this, plus all of the stuff from fall, and then I count the value of the two pieces that I kept myself, that would be a total sales of $381. And if I take the $64.40 out of it, plus the 8% commission on the sale of these items out of my booth, that would be a total profit of $286.12. So if we count the supplies from pricing and like the books for pulling the artwork out of, that would leave us with around $275 of profit for this set of items. I'm pretty happy with that amount, and I think this was a great investment for the booth. I'm excited to bring all of these things in today and stage them. I'll keep you updated on the sales. Hopefully they sell well, and I will see you in the next video.